It was a beautiful day in Genoa City, full of new beginnings and the promise of good times. At one little house on the prairie, family ties were tested and restored. But what the residents of this town did not know was that this day would end bewitched. For there is a difference between living in reality and living on Fantasy Island. And for these poor souls, keeping it all in the family would result in no more happy days.
Hey everybody, it's Allie, and welcome to my Y&R chat vlog for Sunday, September 12th. Oh yes, it started out as a perfect day for a wedding in Genoa City. It was brilliant, I thought, to get to see the outside of Billy and Victoria's house. I love on-location shoots. It was different. It gave the whole day a very realistic, a very lovely feel. Everyone really looked gorgeous. I loved Gloria's outfit. I actually thought that she was the best dressed. I can't even believe that I'm saying that, but I thought she looked really nice. She was wearing this royal blue dress and it had a bow on the shoulder, and the whole thing was like short, but it was flowing. It was like flowing down from the sleeves. It was very unique and I thought it looked very stunning on her. Phyllis looked like she should have been standing on a street corner rather than going to a wedding. I loved the dress, but it was totally inappropriate. It had like slits out of the stomach and out of the back, and it was black, and it just looked hookery. Yeah, I'm just pretending that Deacon tore it off of her after the wedding, and then that makes everything okay in my mind. But yeah, it was a little inappropriate. And of course, Victoria, she looked beautiful, I thought. She looked like the gorgeous ice princess that she is, all in white. And I liked the hood that she had on. It was like a non-traditional veil. It was a hood, and it had a little bow on top. That was very unique, and unique choice. And then for the dress, it had this kind of almost like a tutu-esque kind of skirt. It was puffy and short, and she had heels on, and I thought it looked really good. It was, again, very fitting for a princess. Let's see. It was nice to see Rafe again. Rafe had a funny little moment with Philip, which I enjoyed, and I'm sure all of you Rafe fans out there enjoyed as well. Even Jack, was there. He was opposed to the wedding at the beginning of the week, but he put his feelings aside and decided to show up to support his brother. Even if it took a couple of drinks to get him there, he showed up, and that's what counts. And the whole time, we're seeing these flashbacks of Victor and Victoria as a child, as, Victor's sitting home selfishly on his daughter's special day. He's thinking back to the past. And so, yeah, I'm holding out hope that Victor's going to, be the Black Knight, and he's going to show up at the last minute and make Victoria's day complete. Even Nick decided to put his feelings about Billy aside to show up to support his sister and walk her down the aisle in Victor's absence. And so the wedding begins. I loved the part where where Billy decided to skip the part where the minister asks everyone if anyone knows the reason why these two should not be married. Billy basically said we can skip that part because pretty much everyone in the audience knows reasons why these two should not be married. And I also loved the part where Victoria announced to the crowd that they were planning to get their wedding rings tattooed on, and then everybody in the audience like collectively holds their head like, what are these two kids thinking? So Billy and Victoria say these amazing vows to each other, very touching, highlighting the fact that it's their differences in their personalities which create a balance in their relationship, and that's what makes the relationship work. That was kind of the essence of their vows. And just as the I do's are taking place, Victoria Newman, you are under arrest. Victoria is dragged off by 2 agents, a la Phyllis in Her Wedding to Nick. Victoria's practically screaming and kicking the entire way. Billy grabs the minister and forces her to finish the ceremony as Victoria is being hauled away to the police car. And so they both say I do. And the door to the police car slams on Victoria, and you just see this white puff of tulle of her wedding gown in the back of this police car. It's just a strange contrast. And then we flash to Victor on the phone at the ranch, making arrangements with someone to make sure that Victoria is taken care of in jail. What? I mean, you've got to be kidding me. He turned his own daughter in for fraud, especially when she was just delivering this antique gun on his behalf. Did you forget about that part, Victor? The fact that she was doing it for you and your business? This has got to be a new low for Victor, and I'm furious about it. He would rather see his daughter in jail than married to Billy Abbott. You know? You, Victor, okay? You. Oh, Chance, we hardly knew ye. Rest in peace, man, rest in peace. And my condolences go out to all of the Chance fans out there. I know what it feels like to lose a character that you love. I will personally never, ever forget the image of Brad trapped under the ice for as long as I live. That will, I think, haunt me. So I know how it feels. If Chance was a character that you loved, I'm sorry. I know how that feels. But that being said, I rewound it and watched it twice. Somehow it just felt so exciting to see Chance get plugged in the chest. Obviously, Ronan did not do it on purpose. When I went back and watched it twice, you can really tell he was aiming, obviously, for the white-haired cop. That guy kind of dove to go get the gun, and then he did a little bit of a maneuver, and then he hid back behind Chance, and then when Ronan went to aim, he shot Chance by accident. And Ronan's face was pretty horrified. I mean, if you look at him, he's shocked, you know? I mean, I hope that the FBI has a really good mental health plan, because Ronan is going to need some counseling after this. Like, I have a feeling that's the kind of thing that's gonna screw him up for a long, long time. There's probably only Chloe will be able to bring him out of that. Nina's reaction was what really made me cry. That was the saddest thing about the whole thing. Isn't she phenomenal? I think Nina is just top notch. She's crying and hollering for her dead son, seeing him lying on the ground. You know, the guy covers Chance's body up, and she's just not believing it. She's in a state of shock, and the added stress of knowing that it was her other son that just shot him. It was very emotional. Chloe and Heather were kind of hanging around in the background crying, but it was Nina's reaction, I felt, that really made the whole scene feel real. My only question is, why in the world would Paul let Nina and Chloe and his daughter Heather walk right into a dangerous drug bust like that? I mean, that part was just almost unbelievable, you know? And where did the paramedics come from? Frankly, how did they know where to show up? And if they had time to call the paramedics, why didn't Paul call for backup too? I mean, somebody should have been there to be concerned about the loose guns on the floor and the 3 briefcases full of drugs and the dead guy all in the same room as the district attorney. Okay, well, it was a short week, but it was an exciting, jam-packed, action-packed week nonetheless. Definitely a lot of movement, and I'm very excited for Monday's show. This is probably the first and only time I've been interested in the Chance storyline since it started into this direction. So I am actually really looking forward to Monday's show, and I hope that you guys are too. I can't wait to hear your comments. I know they're all going to be good. It's going to be mixed. So leave me a comment here on YouTube and let me know your thoughts about this week's show. I will definitely respond and be reading them and be enjoying them. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. If you want to go to my website, it's alliepuckett.com. But I will definitely be back next week because I know there are going to be some things that need to be said. So I will see you guys then. Love ya. Bye.